This video is going to show you everything you need to know about the Family Portal. The Family Portal is a completely separate website from your regular Dean's List site. It allows parents and students to log in and view daily, weekly reports that are generated by Dean's List. Parents will be able to set up their account using an email address or a validation code. Students will be able to set up their account using their email. Once parents and guardians log in, they'll see several different things on their homepage. First, on the right-hand side, you'll notice the bulletin board. This is where staff can post announcements, including images and attachments, to specific groups of students. For example, this staff member, Matt Robbins, posted this announcement to all students in the school and added an image. But you can also post these items to specific groups of students by roster. So for example, to just the third grade or just the third grade ELA class. Families can like certain bulletin board items by clicking the star so that the staff can now see what parents prefer to see versus maybe things that are less popular. Families can also change the language of this entire page by toggling from English to Spanish. Now, this page will be translated into Spanish, including everything that's in the bulletin board item and the columns over here. In the center, you'll see all the weekly report and daily reports that are generated by Dean's List. An example of the daily report looks something like this. Depending on your school's configuration, the daily report will show the student's daily attendance, class attendance, daily homework status, any behaviors they've earned for the day, any referrals that they've earned for the day, and then a summary of the week, including daily attendance and where they earned and lost points, along with how many referrals they got for the week. There are small adjustments that can be made to the daily reports, but generally this is what they will look like. You'll notice that there are all of these green signed checkboxes next to the weekly report. That is because parents can actually electronically assign weekly reports. To do so, they'll click next to the weekly report and click Sign Now. They can then view the weekly report, and these will look different at every school. And then click the e-sign report. Once they click Sign Report, they'll see the green banner at the top saying you've e-signed this report. If I go back to the home page, you'll notice that the weekly report has now been signed. If families go to the top right-hand corner and click on My Settings, there are a few settings that they can control. First, if they have another student at the same school, they can link that student's account here so they don't have to have a separate login for every student. They can also sign up to receive email notifications when specific things happen in relation to the portal. For example, when a new progress report is uploaded, or when a new daily report is posted, or when a new bulletin board item is posted. That's everything that families and students can control. Students will see the same exact thing, except they cannot see their siblings' reports. From an admin perspective, you can go to Reports and Data and click on Family Portal. If you don't see this link, please contact Dean's List support. The first tab you see is the feed. This is where you can control those bulletin board items. If I hover over the bulletin board item here, I can delete it. I can also view how many families have liked this post. On the right-hand side, I can create a new bulletin board item, giving it a title, details, selecting a roster, adding an image or an attachment, and clicking Post. If I go to the Students tab, I can see all of the students that the portal recognizes. I can then click on the student and view all of the past report cards that have been put into the student's portal. I can also view the student's validation code. The validation code is really important if families don't have an email address in Dean's List. If they don't, this is what they will need to use in order to set up their account. Additionally, the validation code will be needed if they want to link another student. Right here. If I go to the Reports section, this is where I can view all of the reports for a specific term type. So for example, for this week. I can also filter this by roster if I'm only looking at reports, for example, for the students in the third grade. I can view whoever signed the report by toggling this signed, and then I can see who actually didn't sign the report. This operates off of whichever parent signed the report first. I can also export this entire table if you want to do any external analyses. When I go to the invite parent/guardian section, you can see that this is where you can invite parents and guardians based on their email address. So if I select specific parents with email addresses, then I can click send invitations. Lastly, if you enrolled a new student today, they won't show up into the portal until tomorrow. That's because we sync student information from Dean's List each evening. If you want the student to show up immediately, you can go to the Syncs tab and click Sync Students and Sync Rosters, and those students will show up within the next few minutes. If you have any other questions about the portal, please see the rest of the articles in our Help Center or contact Dean's List support at support@deanslistsoftware.com.